Hey guys, thanks for listening. Before we get into the show, I just want to say thank you for all those who listen and support us. If you would like to donate to the show to help keep the show going, we have a GoFundMe account. It's GoFundMe.com/Cheapseat Reviews. You can go there, donate anything that you can. It would be really great. If we can raise just $500, it pays for the show for the next 2 years. We won't have to advertise or do anything like that. And if you donate $25 or more, we'll invite you on an episode. We'll actually bring you on the show. You pick the movie, and then we'll all talk about it. It'll be a good time. So that's pretty cool, right? Yeah, of course it is. So again, GoFundMe.com/Cheapseat Reviews. Check it out. Any support you can give would be great. Thanks.
This episode is sponsored by iTunes. Go to www.cheapseatreviews.com. Click on the iTunes button, purchase anything you want, and a small portion will go to this podcast.
These drug cartels represent a clear and present danger to the national security of the United States.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This
The greater good
is episode 114, and today we are talking about Clear and Present Danger. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew Junkyard Dog Jimison.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Andrew.
Why am I creeped out?
Right? Corny, do you know the fine for littering, Logan?
I don't know the fine for littering. Go get Jack Ryan.
Who was that?
It was a really bad James Earl Jones.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I just assumed that you're doing Lando Calrissian. I don't know why.
We always assume he's trying it.
Yeah, you're either doing Sean Connery or Lando. Like, those are the only two voices I assume you're trying. And Sam, coffee is a dangerous business. Vector?
Absolutely. But when I'm not doing coffee, I am earning medals in the World Olympic helicopter jumping contests.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you? What medal have you earned in that?
None.
Oh.
I just keep trying. And
Does that mean that you don't actually get the helicopter? You keep missing?
Yeah, luckily it's soft dirt.
Oh, okay. Oh, they don't even have a pool of water? You just fall into the earth?
Yeah. I'm like the Russian space agency. I just kind of land on the earth.
Oh, it sucks. Well... I'm actually imagining you jumping off of like a tiled roof, but completely missing.
Yeah.
I like this idea for our movie. The movie that we're all going to make one day. See, I think I've mentioned on the show, I want to do a movie that's basically like a vignette of all these little, like all these little mini vignettes of all these little scenes that I want to do and somehow piece them together to make sense. And that would be one of them. Like the hero has to make a dive or a jump or a thing to save the day and misses.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to do a shootout in a liquor store. I think that'd be too cool to have the
We
guys.
could call it the XYZs of death.
Yeah. No. I want to distance myself as much as possible from that movie.
Somehow that seems familiar, Andrew. I think I've seen that one.
Yeah. I'm going to distance myself as much. But anyway, this is 1994's Clear and Present Danger. What is this movie you speak of? Well, Andrew has words to say about it.
Yes, I do. One, please.
Once he pulls up the website because he forgot. You have one.
Right.
You have one job, Andrew.
Well, yeah. Okay. Here we go. This is the third film based on Tom Clancy's high-tech espionage potboilers, starring CIA Deputy Director Jack Ryan. Yes. Jack Ryan.
Wait. It actually says pot boiler.
Pot boiler. Yes, it does.
Okay, all right.
It's a drug movie, so it's
It's a pot boiler. Oh, okay. Is that another word for a bong?
no.
I don't know.
Okay.
Sure it is.
You can't see it, but I'm putting my finger on my nose.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Andrew. Continue, please.
All right.
It's a lot easier when you record and just send it in. People aren't
It
interrupting
is.
you.
That still happens, but okay. Jack Ryan is assigned to a delicate anti-drug investigation after a close friend of the president's is murdered by a Colombian drug cartel. When Ryan discovers that the president's wealthy friend was in league with the cartel, the president's devious national security advisor and ambitious CIA deputy director send a secret parliamentary force into Colombia to wipe out the drug lords. The force is captured and then abandoned by the president's lackeys. It falls to Ryan to It falls to Ryan to enter Colombia and rescue them, aided only by a renegade operative named Clark, with both his life and career on the line.
Are you just going to read the entire movie script? What are you reading?
All right, I just some backstory here. The rest of the plot summary sucked. Every movie that we've done for the past 5 weeks has sucked. So I thought, I'm going to read one that's more intellectual.
It did say pot boiler.
Yeah, that wasn't.
And lackeys.
Lackeys. Because I'm sitting here on IMDb, parked on IMDb, and I'm like, that's not at all what it says. CIA analyst Jack Ryan is drawn into an illegal war fought by the U.S. government against the Colombian drug cartel. Done.
That one sucks, just like all of them have sucked.
Right. Where did you read that?
That is iTunes.
Okay. I like how people make up their own. I guess. Like you were saying, does somebody who's like, all right, iTunes, we're gonna get this movie. So it means Bob, you got to go watch the movie and then write a, 30-word synopsis so that someone else will have to read it and not watch the movie. Anyway, whatever. So, had anyone seen this movie before?
Parts of it. Yeah.
Okay. Was your toot a yes or a no, Corny?
That was a no. Two toots for no.
Okay.
1 toot for yes.
All right.
Learn the signal, Sean. Come on.
Sorry, I didn't know we had a code here. All right. And I had seen this movie before, but it's been many, many, many years. So this will be interesting to see kind of all your views, since two of you have not seen it before, and it's been a long time since I have. So
Yeah.
So kind of Andrew, let's do our initial thoughts before we dive into the movie.
Okay. Well, I kind of I'm going backwards in my Jack Ryan movies, so I'm kind of I don't know, spoiled with these newer ones, I guess. And so this one, okay, let me put it this way. When I'm doing work and a movie can steal my attention from the work that I'm doing or supposed to be doing, then it's a good movie. This one had moments where I was like, yeah, I gotta watch and see what's going on. And then there were moments where I was like, I don't care that this is happening right now. I felt like it was long.
It was long.
Or longer than needed. I felt like some things could have been compressed or just left out completely, and the story would have still made sense.
That's fair.
Oh, okay.
Corny?
Very similar to Andrew. I think for the most part, I wasn't that engaged until maybe the last 30, 45 minutes.
All right. Really?
Well,
You didn't dig the alleyway with the trucks and the RPGs and all that stuff?
I saw it coming, so it wasn't as... Okay, well, I always see that coming.
Well, I mean, they
But-
telegraphed it in the movie, but still, what happened was awesome. I mean, it was like Black Hawk Down was happening.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, that was... I don't know. It just didn't get me the way I thought it would. It was like, it was an explosion. That's like one of my favorite movie things. If it explodes, I'm in.
Right?
I don't know,
By
but
the
I
way,
guess-
I've got some really cool trivia about that. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. No, for the most part, I guess I'm used to, there's action at the kind of beginning and then a lot of nothing and then a lot of good action at the end. And I know these movies are make you think. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't in a thinking mood. That's just pretty often. And so I don't know. And maybe in a second viewing it might be better, but did not impress me as much as Patriot Games did.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Sam.
So I love this movie. I really, really enjoyed this movie. We talked about how, these spycraft movies, and we were talking about what exactly makes up a spycraft. And if I was going to look at a perfect spycraft movie, I love this movie. I think this is leaps and bounds better than the what was that other one, the Robert Redford one we just watched?
Spy Games?
Yeah, Spy Games. I enjoyed this one a heck of a lot more. I love the fact that he keeps getting tossed into situations where he is totally uncomfortable.
Well, that's the Jack Ryan trope.
Yeah,
They invented that fish out of water trope for him.
Yeah, and and Harrison Ford is so good in that role that I just really liked it. I thought the action was good when it needed to be. I liked how everything kind of tied in. It was long, I will say that. It would have been nice to cut about 20 minutes out of this movie. But I enjoyed how, up until that final Oval Office scene, it was all leading up to that confrontation, basically. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. How about you, Sean?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm used to the toss back, and I was just waiting for it, but then I was like, sorry. That's fine. Yeah.
One of these times.
Sam's just going to leave me hanging.
He's gonna,
like,
show, folks.
Sam's going to be like, I'm pointing at you, Sean. No.
Can't you see me nodding?
Right, yeah.
We'll take it and just throw it right back to you.
So I'm kind of with Sam on this one. I love this movie. I really do. So this was one of those movies that I watched with my dad a lot. But this movie I've seen a bunch of times, and the only scenes that stuck with me 15 years later were the SUVs getting blown up.
Yep.
I knew the bad guy liked baseball, right? The baseball bat thing, which is kind of a trope. I remember the house blowing up, and then the helicopter Olympics, and that was kind of it. Like, that's all I remember. So going back and watching it and then understanding it, and I remember. You remember when we watched Eraser a few weeks ago, and they had that big mainframe computer, and I was like, "Is this the one where the guy talks to it?" No, that was this movie. I'd gotten that mixed up, but it was the same thing, right? It was like a big machine that was pulling tape, right, or discs or whatever the thing was doing, because we didn't have computers that could just do that internally yet.
All of the tapes.
All of the tapes.
Thank you for that callback. So I don't remember that actor's name, but that guy was kind of funny. The tech nerd guy was kind of funny. And it's funny to me. So Corny, I'm really interested to get your take on this, and you, the listening audience, as well as the three of you, have heard my beef 100 times how I hate movies with bad tech. I hate movies that make us feel stupid. Like, you dumb audience, you don't understand how real tech is, so we're gonna make up this weird stuff with floating things, and I'm gonna type on a screen and nothing appears. I hate that stuff. In this movie, I think they did the tech really well, to the point, Corny, which I wanted to get your input on this, or your take on this. The guy puts in a disc that's encrypted, and it says it's encrypted. You need a password. And in today's movie, he would just write a program, solve the crack. No, he actually had to sit there and guess a password. Like, we're paying our CIA people to guess at passwords.
Backwards.
Yeah, do it reverse. What is your take on that, Corny? Did you like the tech in this movie?
It made sense for the time. I think anything else beyond that would have actually really taken me out of the movie. I agree with what they did. It made sense. Granted, the technology to just put a thing in and then put another thing in and then crack said password, or basically brute force. Well, if it's because it's a disk, but let's say it was just on the machine, because it's a lot easier to think that way. You would just put in another disk or another program and just brute force. In other words, just keep trying passwords until it breaks. I think this works. You're like, let's just go. And then someone sits there for a while. I'm like, oh, I figured it out.
Right.
No, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I did appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, good. Because it makes me happy to hear you say that. Because I was thinking about that. All of the Jack Ryan movies have had good tech, right? So we've seen so far Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, and then the fifth one, the Jack Ryan Shot a Recruit. The only one we haven't seen at this point now is Some of All Fears, which we will do eventually anyway, because why not? Might as well just do all of them.
Why not?
Another one
Because
coming out soon.
Because it has Affleck in it.
It does have Affleck in it, which I think if I remember correctly, he's actually okay in that movie.
Actually, he's pretty good.
And they had the guy in it. Where is it? I gotta find it. Guy. He's a bad guy. If I can find it.
Morgan Freeman.
I don't have it. Damn it. He was the. Oh, here it is. It's this guy.
I was eating pie.
He's in that. He's a bad guy in that. Anyway, what was my point? My point is that the tech in this movie I thought was pretty good. So, kudos to them for that. Yes, the movie is too long. It's every bit of 2.5 hours, and damn, it kind of feels it.
Yeah.
It really does.
But
It's
I could have dealt with
agonizing.
a lot of the staring slowly out into the distance thing.
Yeah.
I could have dealt with, I said it was staring out in the distance, but a lot of the let me just think about something for a while. Don't think about it. Just go do it.
Now this is gonna sound super callous.
Expialidocious.
Yeah. Thank you. But I could have done with less of the James Earl Jones thing.
Did we need that? Did we really need that in this movie?
Like, I know he's in the other movies. That character, the Admiral Greer, is in the other 2 movies. And I guess they thought that they were going to make more of them. And James was like, hey, I'm kind of done with this character. I'm ready to do more Star Wars and make more money. So, I could have done with less of it. I captured a line from him later in the movie, which I thought was a brilliant line, and I love the way he performs it, and we'll talk about that later. But I could have done with a little bit less, though I did like the bit when the nurse comes in. She's like, we're going to give you a bath, and we're going to do this, and he looks back at him and winks and smiles. I was like, yeah. It's literally like when Morgan Freeman is in the movie Red, if you guys seen that. He's getting the young nurse to like try to get the TV to work by sticking her ass in his face. That's pretty great. Anyway,
Better get busy living on. Keep busy staring at ass.
that's right. I like that idea. So yeah, I have memories of this movie. So going back and rewatching it, I was like, oh right, now I remember. Oh, now I get this thing. And the sniper scene, I love that scene. That's one of the coolest scenes with a sniper I've ever seen. Like, him sneaking through the wood. The guy's literally got binoculars looking into a square patch of grass, looking for him, and they can't find him. And it's
that's a real thing, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is.
They used to have on TV on Discovery or something, where you watch their training, and one of those trainings was this big field, and everybody's looking for the snipers, including people walking around in the field.
Yeah.
And the snipers. Now they don't use real bullets, obviously. They'll use blanks.
They used real bullets in the scene.
Yeah.
That seems super dangerous.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Those are real. Well, that's.
I mean, I guess I can see if they, like today now you could use like airsoft or something.
Yeah.
So you can still fire something and make it or a BB gun and make it hit a target. But like, what if you don't like your drill sergeant? And you're like, you know what? Anyway.
Yeah, we don't need a. Oh God, what is that? A Full Metal Jacket going on.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, sorry. My first note is nice Navy boat porn. I don't remember there being so much Navy in this movie, but man, there was a lot of really sexy shots of Navy boats. Did you guys notice that, or is it just me?
All right, so the fact that you said sexy shots of Navy boats bothers me a little bit.
Well, so there are certain movies that you kind of think of as what you would call military porn. Top Gun is military porn, right?
Absolutely.
The whole movie is about jets. and them looking cool flying and stuff like that. And they made a TV show called Airwolf, and it was all about that helicopter. So you got helicopter porn. You know, like that's what it's about.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I'm not talking about actual pornography, but that's just a phrase I've heard before. And so it just seems strange that we're getting all these kind of really cool and kind of sexy shots of these boats, and I'm like, I thought this was in the Colombian jungle. I don't remember there being Navy in this movie, but.
And he rubbed the lotion on the boat.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's Billy D. Williams.
Rub-a-dub-dub, get in this tub, baby.
And now it's weird.
It's never weird in the sea, baby.
So, did you guys recognize Ritter? The douchebag McRitter? He was a CIA guy in Mission Impossible. And so when I saw Mission Impossible for the first time, I'm like, oh, he's a bad guy because of this movie. I just assumed he was a bad guy. I don't know what he's been in since then. I assume that he's just a bad guy in everything. Let's see. His name was Robert Ritter. That's a dumb name. Sorry.
Didn't he die?
Oh, the actor?
Yeah, Ritter.
That would be John Ritter.
Yeah, John Ritter
John
died.
Ritter? Okay.
See what you try to do there, Sam.
Okay.
I don't think he meant to, though.
No, he had like a hole in his heart or something, didn't he?
Or something like that, yeah. I can't remember.
Holy cow.
Yeah, because he was in the he died during the filming of 8 Simple Rules, Dating My Teenage Daughter, which had
Is that where the Haley Cuoco came
Kaylee
from?
Cuoco, yeah. And then
she was spawned from that movie,
yep.
or that TV show.
And then she went on to Big Bang.
And big boobs.
Yes. He's done a bunch of stuff.
I didn't notice.
Oh, he was in the A-Team.
Really?
As the director McCready. Whoever that is. I don't know. I'm trying to think who that is. Director McCready? I don't know who that
Sounds like a fake name.
Well, yeah. He was in an episode of Monk. Anyway, so he's doing some work. I just assume he's a bad guy, but maybe not. He was in the Salem witch trials as Reverend Samuel Parris. I'm sure he was an asshole in that. Anyway, I'm sure he's a nice gentleman in real life. I don't know. I don't know. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was great. He stars in this. Harrison Ford, Willem Dafoe, Ann Archer, Joaquim de Alameda.
I wonder if that's any relation to Joaquin Phoenix.
Probably not. I mean, just because you have the same first name doesn't mean that you're related.
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway, but we saw him in Desperado as a bad
Unless
guy.
you're in George Foreman's family.
That's true. I think he is the exception. Philip Noyce, because he's Noyce with it, directed.
Noise.
We have seen him in such other films as, of course, the movie the other movie, Patriot Games, right? He also did Salt, the Bone Collector, The Saint, and some other stuff that we have not seen, but maybe we should watch. I kind of want to do Salt for this. I don't know.
The
Angelina Jolie. Yeah.
That was a pretty good movie.
I kind of liked it. It's kind of a spy craft kind of a thing. Sam, have you seen Salt?
Who's in it?
Angelina Jolie and Liev Schreiber.
Is that where they're like curving bullets?
No, that's Wanted.
Wanted. Okay. No, I don't think I've seen it.
Shoot this, mother.
Yeah.
The one moment that ruined that movie for me.
Yeah, Wanted is actually a pretty fun movie until Morgan Freeman drops an F-bomb for no flippin' reason other than because it's a rated R movie we can. It was really out of place. I think, Corny, didn't you and I go see that in the theater and we both went like, the hell did
I think we both sighed audibly when that happened.
Yeah, it was like the opposite of what we all did when we went and saw the Lego movie. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Salt is not streaming, which is sad. But anyway, whenever it does, maybe we'll do it. So,
I don't know if you want Salt to be streaming. It'd be a lot of high blood pressure.
Yeah.
I don't think we can handle that.
That's true.
That'd be too much.
Yeah, that's true. I could die.
We all could.
Except for me. I was born on Salt.
I was born of this.
I was born in the Salt.
Yeah. The salt mines. Benjamin Bratt. So I'm gonna do this. This I don't get to do this very often, but I'm gonna do that. So this guy here who's talking.
What's happening on the Harden murders?
I'm on it. The president's calling for a full court press.
So, you guys are going to be working together, hand in hand.
So first of all, I gotta apologize for the audio. I did not realize my son had messed with my mixer when I was recording audio. So everything is going to sound like it came from an AM radio. So anyway, so that's that guy talking, not Harrison Ford, but the other guy. He was kind of like some random deputy CIA guy who was helping Harrison Ford kind of get acclimated to his new office. His name is Dean Jones. The actor's name's Dean Jones. I have met him. I filmed a movie with him called Mandy in the Secret Tunnel, and he was flippin' awesome. He was a cool dude to hang out with, and he told...
Dean Jones?
Yeah. He told a story, which I'm not going to go into on the podcast, about he and Steve McQueen, how they almost killed Frank Sinatra.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a cool story. If you guys
It's a very good story. I'm privy to the story.
Yeah, it's a cool thing. So he was a cool dude. So as soon as I saw him on screen, I literally said, Dean Jones, I've met him. So anyway, I don't get to do that very often. To name drop, I apologize for name dropping. Hey, look, there's a name. There it is. But
did you run into him?
Yeah.
Did I run into him? I might have. I don't know. But if you don't know who Dean Jones is, other than from this movie, he was also in the Herbie movies back in the 60s. I grew up watching those movies. You know, the bug, the Volkswagen Beetle that was alive. He was the main guy.
Don Knotts.
Not Don Knotts, the other guy. And I asked him, we were filming, I said, I love those Herbie movies. And he said, those were great movies, weren't they? And I said, what was Don Knotts like? And he said, when they filmed that movie all in France. The whole thing is about a French race. And they filmed it in France. Well, the French love comedians. So Dean's like, I'm going to be honest. I'm a good looking man. Don, he is not a good looking man. But the women, literally, he had to have extra security because they found women had hidden in his trailer. And he went into his trailer and they literally physically assaulted him and like ripped his clothes off and ran out. And so he always had to have extra security to like check his trailer to make sure that like there weren't people sitting in there. And Dean is like, "Come on, man, I'm over here." And they're going after Don Knotts. So anyway, that's my little thing. So Don Knotts, Dean Jones was great. So I think he did die a few years ago, which is a little sad. I might be wrong though. I hope I am.
Who? Don Knotts?
September 1st, 2015.
Yeah, Don Knotts did.
Kane?
No, Dean Jones.
Oh.
Yeah, 2015. Yeah, last year. Yeah.
So. No, Sam, sorry, you're confused. Dean Kane's career died 20 years ago.
After Superman. Lois and Clark, yeah. Lois and Clark killed his career. He's doing movies like Rollerball and stuff. Anyway. Anyway, so that's Dean Jones. I don't remember what this first clip is. I didn't write a name for it. I just wrote a number. I'm going to play it real quick.
Jeez, I haven't slept in 36 hours. That make any sense? I don't know. What did you say? Just kidding. Good job.
All right. So one of the things that I liked about this movie, that I liked about Clear and Present, Patriot Games, less than Patriot Games, but Hunt for October. We all love, Andrew, you weren't with us when we did Hunt for October. That was like our third or fourth movie we did for the show.
Yeah.
But we all of us loved it. It's our most downloaded movie ever. We still get downloads for it every week. It's pretty great. And we all love that movie.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to tell you the truth. I've been going into my library. It's a virtual machines. I just download the episode every day to like 60 machines. It's awesome.
Like that episode, it beats out the next episode by like 40. It's not even close. Anyway, we all love that movie for various reasons. But one of the reasons why I like that movie so much is because there is subtle humor in the movie, right? I like this movie for that same reason. It has that same feel. I know it's a different director, but it has the same kind of feel. Like little things like that, right? Like this is a serious movie about a serious subject with these serious things, and we get to have James Earl Jones make a joke at Harrison Ford's expense. And it's funny. I laughed. There's a couple other little funny moments that I captured. I liked that about this movie, personally. I think, Sam, you mentioned earlier that you really like the Harrison Ford version of Jack Ryan.
Yes.
I love that Harrison Ford, who we've seen as Indiana Jones and Han Solo, who are these macho, confident, I can do whatever I want characters. And he's in this role, he's a nerd, right? He's a nerd.
Yeah.
And he seems awkward, and like even when he's smoking a cigar down in Colombia, like that's the only time you ever felt that he had like any real confidence, you know?
Yeah.
Like even when he was facing the president, like he seemed like angry and terrified at the same time. And I thought he was really great at that. I really enjoyed Harrison Ford's performance in this. I thought he did really well. And I thought the guy playing the president did a really good job of acting like an aloof president. He acted like what I think most presidents are.
Mm-hmm.
He just seemed, well, that's our money. We found it. Is that how it works? I'm not sure that's how it works.
I still do it at the bank when I go in.
Right.
That's how my 5-year-old reacts when he finds it.
Right, yeah.
Mine.
Right. I found it.
Mine.
This is the way he said it. That's our money. We found it. Well, what should I tell them? Tell them that. Or don't tell them. I don't care. What do I care about the Colombian government? Yeah, we don't have to get along. I thought that was real dumb. But, I mean, I guess that's the point. What? Age? Oh, Age of the Geek, baby. Yeah, I wrote that for the nerd who had to type in the password a bunch of times this morning. The McDonald's product placement was pretty funny. There wasn't a whole lot of other product placements, right? I can't think of any other ones. Now I can't even remember what the McDonald's product placement was.
Oh, and the guy, he had lunch, sir. It was McDonald's. It was a quarter pounder.
With cheese.
That's
With
right.
cheese.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Good job.
For littering. Yeah.
Right. Even drug lords can dress like douches with a sweater around their shoulders. That's kind of funny. Oh, back to the Age of the Geek, baby. Here you go, Courtney.
Gotta change your ATM code.
There you go. Gotta change your ATM code.
So your first mistake was wearing that fake ass badge.
Right. I love that episode.
Your second mistake, spilling that man's coffee.
Sam, I really need you to watch Leverage. I really do. Because it would just make life better. I think I mentioned last week, I've gone back and rewatched it, so I'm now in the final season.
Yeah.
But it's just so good. Anyway, there might be about 10 episodes from now where I actually don't make a reference to Leverage, but then I'll probably swing back to Psych or something. So Moira, have you guys ever heard of the name Moira? Other than the movie Hook?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Please tell me.
It was Moira McTaggart, who is
sounds like
helps X-Men.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Helps the X-Men. Yes, it did sound like I said Sex-Men.
She's a help sexman. Oh, okay. So
you guys don't get those.
Thinking, man, we're
all the time.
So it's a fictional character.
Yes.
Okay. And is she British?
No, she is Scottish.
Okay, so she's English Isle.
No, I'm so sorry. She is Irish. She is definitely. No, wait. No, she's Scottish. Yes.
Make up your damn mind.
Sorry,
I've heard that name somewhere though. I've heard it in other than the movie you're talking about.
Or maybe she was also Moira was the name of the girlfriend of Steve Urkel.
Moira.
Okay. Apparently Moira is in Skyrim. I've never heard of this name other than these two movies. I've never heard it in anglicized from Marie. It is also concised with Greek, meaning fate and destiny. Oh, okay.
Huh. Okay.
But the usage is Irish, Scottish, English. So, yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, in Hook, Peter Pan's wife's name's Moira, and then the redhead and I think she's a redhead too in the movie, which is weird. But the redhead in this movie, who gets it in the cabin, spoiler, her name is Moira, and I thought I've never heard of that name before in real life, you know.
Why? The one thing, I guess he just didn't have enough time to have a little fun and then kill her.
Yeah, I kind of. Is that weird? I thought the same thing. Like, dude, she's ready to go.
She is wanting something.
I guess the only thing is he didn't want his DNA on her.
I guess.
You know, like,
yeah.
I guess I don't know, but still, like, I mean, she's ready to go, dude. Like, I'm just saying. Anyway, what? Still not sure. Oh, so did we? So did we find out how the bad guys knew to ambush the caravan? Is this episode that bad for you, Sam?
No, I'm trying to think.
Right, because it shows.
Got to there.
Suburban down section.
What did you say, Andrew?
Yeah, the white suburban down section.
Right. Yeah. Like it just showed guys in a room. They said the FBI guy's coming, right? And they're gonna go this way, and then they're gonna go this way, and then they're gonna go there, and we'll get them here. I thought, who knows that? How do they know that? Because, Moira calls her boyfriend up and is like, hey, my boss is out of town. Let's get together at my cabin. And he's like, oh, okay. And then the next scene is that, right? I thought, well, there's no way she would have said, hey, he's going to Colombia and he's going to be in a white Suburban tomorrow and all this other stuff. So that didn't make any sense to me. But
I mean, that's about the only thin line they strung between the two.
Yeah, that's
somehow maybe she had more information, or at least he knew they were in the country, so they, I don't know.
Yeah, because the Americans, we then later find out that the what's his beak, bald guy,
Vanderbeek,
bad guy, would eventually sell out the soldiers. But I can't imagine he would sell out the director of the FBI. That seems way too evil.
Yeah.
To me. So I never really understood that. It was a great scene though. But I mean that puckered my butthole a little bit. So
woo, that puckered my butt. That one puckered my butthole. You see that thing flip?
How am I not seeing that? They're throwing cars. Anyway, that's literally like the only thing really I had issues with this movie because it just shows them in that map room. I'm like, I asked it out loud to the movie who didn't answer me, the bastard. I was like, how do you know that? Where did you get that information from? But sometimes movies, bad guys are just omniscient. They just know things, which is kind of annoying sometimes.
And they know to make you put the lotion on the skin.
That's right.
Put the lotion in the basket.
And apparently in 94, the CIA had software to intercept phone calls and positively ID someone. That seems strange, right? Like, you can't just... I mean, I guess you can just snatch phone calls out of the air, but you have to know who you're looking for. Right? So if they never knew the phone number of who to tap, then how did they know to tap that one? Anyway, that's just...
And this is way before Snowden's, the stuff he made for the IRS to make sure everybody can listen in on everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Did you guys notice that Ben Urich was in it from Daredevil? He was the CIA tech. He was the guy doing the voice analysis. He was from the new Daredevil series. Ben.
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Did anybody catch Agent Coulson?
I actually didn't. I was looking for him. I knew he was part of the SEAL Team 6, but I didn't.
He was in your favorite scene.
Which one's my favorite scene?
The sniper scene.
Which one was he?
He was one of the people looking for the snipers.
Oh, really?
On the trucks, yep.
Yeah, I saw him in the IMDb thing. I thought he was part of the team.
No.
Oh,
he still might have been, but I noticed him as that.
Yeah, I didn't. Sorry. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Sorry, Agent Coulson. Corny and Corny, you didn't, but I worked with a guy whose last name was Coulson at Carowinds, and I always called him Agent, and he laughed. His first name was Aaron. I was like, can I call you Agent? He never got it, though. He's like, okay, sure, Agent Coulson.
How could he not get it?
He didn't, because he didn't watch movies. He was like a theater guy.
Oh. How the hell did he work in the... How did he work with you?
Well, he didn't work... Well, I worked for him, technically. He replaced me, sort of, there. Anyway. It does seem strange. I will say this: for 2.5 years, my lead student building manager, had never seen Star Wars, any of them.
Oh,
like
that's fair.
So when we would have an argument, that I knew I was going to lose, I would literally just look at her and say, "Your argument is null and void because you've not watched Star Wars," and then she would roll her eyes and walk away.
I've got an example I use in my economics class that talks about shrubberies.
Okay.
And no one ever gets it.
Right.
And it's a sad situation when younger generations can't get a Monty Python reference.
Well, I got into this argument today. So I did a gig, corporate AV, and we were loading out, and we put the music on like 70s rock. And one of the guys who was with us, he's just graduated college, and he's like, never heard of any of these songs. And we're like, well, that's okay. It's, whatever. It's part of your, you need, these are good songs. You need to hear them. And he says, well, it was before I was born. I'm like, no. That argument doesn't count. He says, well, what do you mean? I said, you've seen Star Wars, right? He said, yeah. I said, that came out 30 years before you were born. So that doesn't count. Well, maybe not 30 years, but you know what I'm saying. Like, so that argument doesn't count. And he says, well, it wasn't the music that I listened to at the time. I said, I listened to classical music that was written hundreds of years before I was born. Again, lawyered. So anyway, I don't know why that drives me crazy when people say that. People ask me, how have you not seen The Godfather? It has nothing to do with the fact that I wasn't old enough when it came out. It just, I haven't watched it. Like I know
you got to be in the right mood. Just
I actually have
like
a buddy of mine. It pained him so much that I had not seen it. He actually bought me a copy, and it's sitting on the bed here in the office. Well, somewhere. It was over there. Anyway, it's in the office somewhere for me to watch. I just haven't. So, again, that argument drives me crazy, and I always correct people or argue back with that argument doesn't count. Well, you've heard of World War II, right? That happened before you were born. So... Anyway,
I've heard it both ways.
Yeah. Did you guys notice Ted Raimi in this movie?
No.
Is he the guy that directed Star Wars or Spider-Man?
That was his brother, Sam Raimi.
Really?
Yeah. So Ted Raimi is in all of Sam Raimi's movies, right?
Okay.
So he was. Who was he? So in Army of Darkness, he's the guy Ash is telling the story to at the Save Mart or whatever it's called. Shop Smart, S-Mart. He, in Spider-Man trilogy, he's the guy that works at the paper that keeps just running into Jameson's office. Sir, your life is on line 3. Hang up. Like that guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He was in this movie. He was a tech. Again, he had like one line. But I was like, hey, I thought you only did your brother's movies. What are you doing here? Branching out. Look at you. Good job.
Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
This is not... Okay, no. When Defoe did his angry face, when they told him that Jack Ryan was responsible, God, he looked like the Goblin. I was
when doesn't he look like the Goblin?
All I could think of was... Oh, man, 8 years from now, you're going to be the Green Goblin, and you're going to be awesome.
By the way, I can no longer not see him as...
I know, right?
I keep expecting a glider to fly behind him any moment I watch now.
Like, even in John Wick, you're like, now we know why he's such a good sniper. It's because of that serum he took. It's fine. That's exactly it.
So we all know Willem Dafoe. It just has, he's got one of those faces. Not a good face, but he's got one of those faces. And I don't know what's scarier, the face he makes, the crazy face he makes in Spider-Man, or the hair I'm trying to help you onto a helicopter face. That was terrifying.
You're like, I don't know if I want to get in.
I'm okay, just let me down.
Yeah, all right, go back down. That's funny. You want to hear some more clips before we get too much farther in?
Check what your mama gave you.
Oh, one last thing before I do that. The music scene, the music being played. James Horner did the score. James Horner was great. God rest his soul. He also did the music for Sneakers, which we've seen for this show,
Yay.
which I love that movie. The scene when they're doing the hacking kind of a thing, when when Harrison Ford's trying to get Ritter, McDouchebag, to not look at his computer, and they've got like the piano playing and the intensity in the strings. I'm like, wow, that's like the exact same score as you use for when they in Sneakers, they've got the chip and they're exploring the different options, and he's like, oh, anybody want to crash a couple of power plants or something? So I was like, wow, that sounds very similar, but I guess it fits because it was very similar scenes and whatever. Anyway, but it was James Horner that made me happy and sad all at the same time. All right, so I played that one. All four of us have said this at some point in our lives.
I hate this job.
Not today. I had a really good job. Really good day at work today.
Today. 4 days ago, you said that out loud. No, I thought this was kind of funny.
Oh, what the hell is this? What the hell is this?
That big yellow truck came up. Yeehaw! We got rednecks in Colombia too. I captured a lot of clips from this movie. I don't remember what this is, but it's something.
He gave you word.
Oh, okay. So this was the scene I teased earlier, right? So James Earl Jones, his character is dying of cancer in the movie, and which is really sad. And he delivers this really long kind of speech about doing what's right. And it's what makes this scene, to me, so great and impactful is that it's James Earl Jones not being James Earl Jones, right? He doesn't have his commanding voice. I am your father. He doesn't have that. He's sickly, and he delivers this lines. I love this scene. I really do. It almost made me a little emotional watching it. So here it is. I cut it because it's like an hour, It's like a full minute. It's like a full minute and a half. So
No, you're accurate.
I squoze it down a little bit. So here you go.
His boss. You gave your word to the people of the United States. Your word is who you are.
Yeah. I'll be willing to go down to Colombia and punch some drug lords in the face for that.
Don't you want to just punch some politicians in the face?
Actually, I want to punch this guy in the face.
I have an autographed get out of jail free card.
And Harrison Ford almost did punch him. He grabbed him. It was great. And then I was waiting for him to say, "Get off my plane."
Get off the damn boat.
That's right. This was kind of funny.
But it is for sale.
How much is it?
$2 million.
My pilot and I would have to take it for a test flight.
Yes, of course. You just have to leave a deposit.
How much is that?
$2 million.
I thought that was pretty funny.
He knows how to do business down there.
And then this is the last scene I captured, and man, when this was going on, it was getting my blood going, man. I was fired up. So here you go.
I never ordered any.
Don't even think about playing that game with me. I will not let you dishonor their memories by pretending you had nothing to do with it.
How dare you come in here and lecture me?
How dare you, sir?
How dare you come into this office and bark at me like some little junkyard dog? I am the President of the United States.
I like that. I did. Now, his performance was whatever, but Harrison Ford, man, I wouldn't want that guy pissed at me. If he got into that voice, damn, I'd be scared.
Mm-hmm. I just walk up to him and I can't say that. It's movie's too soon.
Now, as good as that was, he also had some really bad moments in this movie.
Yeah, he kind of did.
There was a scene where he's talking with his wife that I literally stopped what I was doing and just had that jaw drop face. Like, did that really just happen with Harrison Ford? I don't even remember what he was saying, but it was awful.
Yeah.
It's his wife.
God bless her.
Huh.
Homely is the word I would use.
No, you're not a fan?
Wasn't she the wife from Back to the Future?
Back to the Future?
Yeah, the last one.
I'm really confused where you're going with, because if you think Ann Archer looks anything like Leah
Thompson.
Leah Thompson, yeah.
No? Am I wrong?
Yes, you are very wrong.
Okay. I'm confused.
Ann Archer's like 15 years older than Leah Thompson.
Okay. All right. Somehow I've got them mixed up.
Yeah, they're both women, so.
They all look alike.
Yeah, they all look alike. Sam's sexist. All women look alike to him. No, but you've seen her in other stuff. Like,
I swear she looked like the gal from Back to the Future.
She's in Clear and Present, or she's in Patriot Games.
Yeah. Well, no, I know. She just looked like her for. Never mind.
No.
Maybe it was the perm.
Maybe. I'm trying to think of some other movies I've seen her in. Fatal Attraction. The Naked Face. Okay, that's interesting.
Wouldn't the face be naked most of the time?
Usually. Mine's not because I have glasses, but. It just got really quiet. I just got scared for a second.
You should be.
She did a bunch of TV. Anyway, whatever.
I'm outside your window.
I think. For an older lady, I think she's actually quite attractive, personally. Well, so yeah, people who also like this, thank you, IMDb. Patriot Games, Air Force One, The Hunt for Red October, Sum of All Fears, The Fugitive, and Crimson Tide. So, yeah,
Jack Ryan and Harrison Ford.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Anyway, and Crimson Tide.
But you know what? I like all of them.
I like all of those movies, and we should watch all of them again. It would be interesting just to do The Hunt for Red October again with clips this time, and to have Andrew in his opinion. I think that's all I have for that. Did you guys have? I didn't really write down any. Oh, the only tropes I wrote was bad guy has a thing that makes him unique thing. You know, like the bat. You know, like there's a lot of other bad guys that, you know, I don't know. They have that thing that makes them whatever, makes them special. You know, the bad guy from The Punisher had his hot wife, or come on, I don't know. The bad guy from Desperado had the take the car. That's what I paid it for, or whatever. You know, I don't know, just stuff like that, whatever. And then I wrote the anti-trope of the government agents using black SUVs, because every movie ever, except this one, they drive black SUVs. So
no, damn it, I ordered black.
Right, it'll be too easy to spot in an ambush. Anyway,
depends on it shows dirt.
Right, it's harder to clean in Colombia. That's all the tropes I wrote. I know there are more. I just can't think of any other one. Drunk pilot, I guess. He was basically the pilot from the A-Team.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he might as well have just. What was his name, Corny? I can't remember his name.
He was like the pilot from Run.
Murdoch?
Stand Tall. No, what's his name?
You talking about Murdoch?
Yeah, Murdoch. Where are you going, Sam?
The rundown.
Oh yeah, Declan. Yeah, a little bit. Is that duct tape? Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I don't give a flying
fornication for the likes of you. Yeah. And then he said this.
Cornelius!
That's right. I have that forever. I should make that my ring alert for you. When you send me a
it's
text,
gonna scare you to death.
Yeah, I'm sitting there in the office, and then
Cornelius.
Oh, sorry, my phone is yelling at me. So
should be.
And then for Sam, it'll be.
Hey, bruh.
I'm just teasing. That's mean. Anyway, that's it. So here we go.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
The scene in which the convoy of Suburbans is attacked by the drug cartel is now actually used as a training video in the U.S. government agencies. The footage was also used in an episode of JAG. I love both of those things. I hope that's real.
That's... I'm sorry. If I'm driving around and I'm going through this tiny street, I don't know if I feel comfortable with the route they were taking Like, I feel like they would have not gone into a place where they can be bottlenecked.
Yeah, you kind of think that the guy, the driver, should have had some wherewithal to kind of think this doesn't seem right. Because if Harrison Ford, non-trained tactical person, Harrison Ford is looking around going, this doesn't feel right. Because you can see it all over his face as people are shutting their doors and running inside. So anyway, Corey, this one's for you about things blowing up.
Hell yeah.
You know how sometimes you hear it in movies, they're like, we only get one take. This is the definition of one take. The drug lord mansion destroyed by the missile was a real brick-and-mortar residence in Mexico purchased by the filmmakers from a divorcee who had unpleasant memories of the place. The filmmakers bought the mansion and blew it up. The divorcee kept the land and presumably built a new house after clearing off the rubble. They literally blew up the house. That is awesome. All right, guys, we get one take. You better make sure them cameras are rolling. I mean, that's it. You get one shot. That is so cool. I love that stuff.
If he had one shot. Sorry.
And then they lit the jungle on fire from all the... Never mind. The film was originally received an R rating, but won a PG-13 rating on appeal without making any edits. What?
Really?
You know what that says to me? It says the MPAA can be bribed. That's what it says to me. I mean, they dropped...
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, they only dropped one F-bomb, so why would it have been R in the first place? What were you going to say, Corny?
Here's how that conversation went. Sorry, guys, we're going to have to give you an R. Come on. All right, fine.
Yeah. You know all those drugs that were in the movie? They were real. You can have some. PG-13. Thank you. No. And then this was a little bit of some soundtrack kind of stuff. Around hour 15, when it is discovered that the explosion wasn't caused by a car bomb, the soundtrack plays the Ganymede.
Ganymede.
Yeah, the theme from the suite by Khachaturian. Khachaturian? Yeah. Phew. Clearly, I didn't go to Hampshire. That was also used by Stanley Kubrick in 2001: A Space Odyssey and Aliens and Patriot games. It's the same theme. And of course, Aliens and Patriot games were also all done by James Horner. Space Odyssey was clearly not, though. There you go. That's the trivia. There's your trivia. So I guess it's unfair to ask how would we recast this movie today, because they've already done it for us, right? It'd be Chris Pine, right?
True.
You know, you would just get Chris Pine. You get Kevin Costner as the James Earl Jones character. You get Keira Knightley to play his wife.
No, I just want the one with a badass voice. Let's just put Morgan Freeman there.
Well, Morgan Freeman was in Some of Our Fears.
True, but I just want an iconic voice with a black dude. That works.
Idris Elba?
Too
young?
Lando Calrissian.
Billy D. Williams? No. You can't take anything he says seriously.
Oh, come on.
Right,
on,
that's
Jack.
Exactly.
I need you to do me a favor.
Could you imagine him delivering that line about the American people? You took an oath to the American people.
You take the oath to the American people.
Right? I mean, like, there's no way I could take that character seriously at all.
There's clearly a present danger here.
There's a reason why all he's doing now is like voice work.
And it's sexy as hell.
For Rebels, Star Wars Rebels and things like that. Anyway.
Be the worst alarm ever. It's time to get up or get down.
Right. Ooh, I'll just hit snooze on that. Thank you, Lando. Anyway.
It's time to get some pancakes.
I mean, I guess you could I guess you could recast some of the ancillary characters. I mean, who would you get as the Mexican guys? You know, you can get Johnny Tapia from Bad Boys 2.
No, I say we just do what Hollywood does. Let's get
a bunch of white people to play
Jim Gaffigan,
yeah. Joe Pesci,
Michael Weatherly.
Michael Weatherly. He needs to do movies now.
No.
No. What do you mean no? Who said no?
I said no.
Why?
Sorry. Billy D said no.
All right, well, whatever. He should do movies. I like him. He's funny. All right, so that's your recasting. I didn't do the looks like game. Sorry. Soundtrack grade, I would give it AH for Awesome Horner. I loved it. I thought it was great.
That was James Horner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
And Dvorak.
Was there some Dvorak in there?
Yeah, the funeral, the taking the, not the funeral, the taking the bodies off the plane.
Mm-hmm.
When the army band was standing out there in the rain playing.
Oh.
That's right. I was listening to Pandora the other day, and they had some Horner going on. It was so good.
He really is great. I mean, say what you will about the movie, the soundtrack to Titanic is amazing.
Yeah, and that was one of them that was playing.
Yeah, it's really great.
Minus one song, but yeah.
I said the soundtrack.
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
the
right.
score. That's
The
fair.
score.
The score.
Yeah.
For Titanic is amazing. I mean, some of his stuff sounds similar, right? I get that. There was a couple of times where I was like, "Oh, I forgot I wasn't watching Star Trek," because he did Star Trek 2 and 3, and they had some similarities. But I didn't care. He was great. I loved him, and I'm sad that he's gone. Really, really am. What did we learn? We learned it kind of sucks to be a CIA analyst. Next time, just write a damn memo. That's what we learned. I kind of wish they would have kept that gag throughout the character. They only did that gag in Hunt for Red October, and I really wish they would have carried that gag throughout the rest of the series.
He's just an analyst?
Well, no, not just an analyst. I wish next time you get a bright idea, just write a damn memo. Because he said it twice in Hunt for Red October. When he's on a helicopter and life sucks, they're going to fly him out to the sub. Because the first time they fly it out, he's like, "Oh, next time just write a GD memo." And then the next time, it's like super turbulent, and that guy's like, "Oh man, we got the guy barfed on the thing, and have some food." And he's like, "Oh, next time just write a damn memo." So I wish they kind of would have carried that gag on. That would have been pretty funny. Because Harrison Ford would have been great, delivering that. Especially in this movie, would have been great when that whole bit where he says, "I hate my job," or after he leaves the White House. Next time, just write a damn memo. Anyway, there you go.
And the movie ends right there with him throwing his fist in the air. Yeah. No, I'm saying.
No, okay. And Don't You Forget About Me starts playing over the radio.
Yeah. Don't you forget about me.
Speaking of Don't Forget About Me. Oh, that didn't work at all.
That's like didn't.
No. Yeah, that was great.
We decided to do top 3 movies with drug lords, drug organizations, movies that have these drug organizations that the heroes must overcome because drugs are bad, right? So there you go. Andrew.
Okay, honorable mention, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Number 3, Reservoir Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2.
Wait, wasn't that a heist?
Yeah, but there were drugs involved.
Is that your one you were iffy on?
Yeah, it was a stretch, but I like it.
Okay.
I like it, so suck it.
Fair enough.
Number 2, Desperado.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And number 1, Bad Boys 2.
Here it is. You were right, Andrew. Corny.
Thank you, Andrew, because that goes perfectly in my segue. My number 3 was Bad Boys 2.
Nice. That's your number 3?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. My number 2, and I also have one that's, let's see, Half Baked.
Okay.
Because Dave Chappelle has to sell it to get his buddy out of jail. I think it fits within the parameters.
All right, whatever.
All right.
Okay. I'm not
and
gonna
my number 1 would be Beverly Hills Cop 1.
Was that about
cigarettes?
He had drugs. He was selling drugs.
I can't remember. We did it for this podcast, and I can't remember.
It's been a while. Yeah,
that was 113 episodes ago.
Oh damn! Actually, it might have been like 117 episodes ago.
Well, that's actually fair.
No, so the guy's selling.
Oh goodness!
Sorry.
Stuff. He's selling illegal goods and whatnot, but some of the stuff he's smuggling is cocaine.
That's right, because they tasted it.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, they did that cop trope where they
tasted it. Yep, and I remember you bringing that up. That was the first time you brought that up, I believe.
Yeah, God, it sucks. That's a stupid trope. No one does that ever. Okay, Sam.
Yeah, I realized with this, I haven't watched a whole lot of drug cartel movies, I guess. So I've got an honorable mention for Breaking Bad.
Not a movie.
I know, but if you put it all back to back,
No.
it's like a 50-hour movie.
No,
Yeah.
not a movie.
Yeah. It's like the 50-hour best movie you've ever seen.
No,
Not a movie.
Not a movie.
Number 3, wasn't there drugs in the Godfather series?
I don't know.
I don't know, but if there was, then that's my number 3.
There might have
Just
been
say,
some
just say
good-
Scarface instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't like Scarface though.
Oh wow.
I've got No Country for Old Men at 2 and Desperado number 1.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
That 3 of us had Desperado in their movie.
with Selma Hayek.
Yeah, good job. Because she's
Yay,
hot. She
see?
gets naked. You just remember it because you got to see her naked.
You're
Oh,
right.
really? I'll be back.
Wait, did you not watch that one with us?
I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if she's any relation to what's that girl from last week?
Catherine
Catherine
Zeta-Jones.
Zeta-Jones.
No.
Jones.
You made that remark last week, and we said no.
Did I?
Yes, because you literally made that point because you're like, well, they had that girl from Desperado. I'm like, Selma Hayek is actually Mexican or Hispanic, and you're like, well, Catherine Zeta-Jones is like, no, she's not. She's British.
Pretty sure she is.
I'm pretty sure
She's
she's
Welsh.
not. She's Welsh. She was born there with Welsh
But it doesn't mean
parents.
I was
Welsh
born in
parents.
Minnesota. That doesn't make me any less.
It makes you from Minnesota. It makes you from Minnesota. Where are you going with this?
Floridian. I have no idea. I was trying to.
You
figure it
lost
out.
that one early.
I was gonna go just because I am of a darker complexion. I was born in Africa.
Like,
All right, Catherine
your
Zeta-Jones.
argument basically saying would be is if one time you played a Scotsman on a movie, then from now on that you are from Scotland, even though you're from Minnesota and your heritage is German.
Yeah.
That's-
You know there's a website called ethniccelebs.com.
Oh my god!
I don't think you should go there,
You need to
Sam.
turn the save search back on, dude.
You turn around and walk away from that website right now.
Well,
There's
look at that. Well, I need to email them. I think
We
they've got it
told you
wrong.
that last week.
Okay. Well, I'll let them know.
Let them know what that you're a weird,
Oh,
creepy
it's in
dude.
Wikipedia. I can change that.
Oh,
Here, edit.
jeez, you're so creepy and weird.
Edit without logging in. Okay.
Good luck. My number 3, I'm going to put Desperado because it's awesome and fun and violent. Number 2 I had is something else, but I'm going to switch it up because we've already said it. So Bad Boys 2 is going to be my number 2 because I was at a family barbecue and
Damn
Yeah.
the Woosa, Captain. You call me a tick.
I was talking to him. And my number 1 is Dread.
Oh,
What
yeah.
about drugs? Yeah.
I like that movie a lot.
I would have put that in my list.
Yeah, and I like that movie a lot. And they keep teasing a second one with Carl
And
Urban
they keep teasing a TV series.
on Netflix or something.
I hope I better be on Netflix.
Yeah, you need something like that or HBO, like a hard R.
Yeah.
Violent. I love it. I think Carl Urban has even said he would do like a 10-part miniseries of Dread.
Yeah. That's where I saw it.
if he doesn't want to, I can go back in and.
Here's the problem, Stallone, is that you couldn't go for more than like 7 minutes without taking your mask off because you're so insecure you have to have your face on camera. Carl Urban is such a man that he had the mask on the entire movie. So suck it, Stallone.
That's not very nice.
That's Bones from Star Trek right there, kicking your ass. So there you go.
But I'm not a doctor.
How do you like
I'm
them
not too-
apples?
Not too ripe.
Damn it, man! I'm a doctor, not a judge. Anyway, no email, but we did get a Twitter request for from Alan. Thank you, Alan, for the Replacements.
Oh, is that on there now?
It is.
Dude, we talk about that all the time.
Yeah, so it's going to get stuck in there pretty soon, pretty early.
Awesome.
Chicks, scars, or is whatever.
Chick Stick Scars, Pain Heals, Glory Lasts Forever.
Right on, Shane.
There another Twitter request as well?
No, just I'm not repeating yours, Sam.
Well, don't I count as a Twitter request?
No, because you're on the show.
Oh.
If you want to watch Jurassic Park for this podcast, fine. But don't send it in through Twitter and make it seem like it's real. We can do Jurassic Park. I don't care. We mentioned that we might do all of our top movies anyway at some point.
Yeah.
But don't get mad at us if some of us starts critiquing the shit out of that damn Unix system movie thing. Yeah. The Unix system. I can't wait to hear Corny's opinion on that garbage.
It's a special system developed only for that park.
Yeah, and it has a 3D system.
It's not the
that
Unix
flies.
you think of. Yeah, it's like the Unix system in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Where you can't have testicles to use it. That's why she was so good at it.
The dinosaurs can't have babies, so they might as well.
Well, they did, but that's why the girls.
Why do they, Sean?
What?
Why do they have babies?
Because they can change sex.
Because
life
finds a way.
Find a way.
Yes.
No.
I can go to bed now happy. It's been a great day. Good night, guys.
Sahara and Bloodsport are now on Netflix.
Sahara's on there too?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
All right. Well, I actually heard of a website recently, and maybe it would be helpful to use this website.
Go blind.
It would you're the one going to what was it?
Ethniccelebs.com.
Yeah, that sounds like a porn site if I've ever heard one.
My curiosity is about to get the best of me.
Yeah,
it's not what you think. It's actually
safe search on Corny. Safe search. You have a 7-year-old. 8 now, right?
Ethnic
9.
He's 9
and
now?
there's just one C. There's not 2 C's. It's ETHNICELEBS.
We're gonna get a spike in ratings, or and downloads or hits.
A good 2 more people looking at their site.
I know, right? So anyway, so yes, the Replacements is now on the list. We've got coming up. I'm always hesitant to say what we've got coming up because I never know if it's still streaming because Netflix keeps changing it really quickly. It seems almost as if they're doing it like every 2 weeks instead of every month.
Roger Rabbit.
But supposedly next week is. Oh, we haven't done. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say this is the time where we give our out of 10. That's what I'm going to do first.
Yeah.
So, for Clear and Present Danger, did I say the wrong number to the movie?
You said 113?
No, I said 114.
No, that was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it is 114. Just for some reason, the numbering system on my Excel spreadsheet is wrong. That's weird.
Uh-oh.
I was really confused. Yeah,
it must be running on a unique system.
Well, dumbass. It somehow had skipped episode 113. Maybe it's like
maybe it's
superstitious.
Yeah.
Andrew, out of 10, this movie, Clear and Present Danger.
I'm gonna give this 6.8 RPGs, because there seem to be a lot more than 6.8 RPGs in this movie, but that's how many they're gonna get.
Based RPGs, I might add.
Yeah, they were good aim. Corny.
I'm gonna do this in toots.
Oh dear.
Does that count as one? What happened? Is that 5?
That should be 6.5.
Okay.
How do you give a half toot?
I don't know what that is.
Half a can of beans?
That's like being kind of pregnant. Either you are or you're not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you like your Latino heritage or not.
Right. You either are or you're not. Like
Catherine Jones,
who is not.
Might be.
Not.
Maybe she was adopted. We don't know that.
We do know that she was. It's at her parents.
Maybe Emilio Estevez is her brother.
Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez. You're such an idiot. I can't even talk to you right now. Oh my gosh. Sam, this movie, Clear and Present Danger.
All right. This movie, I loved it. I'd watch it again. Maybe fast forward through some of the boring parts.
There are no boring parts.
But you're right, though. There's a lot to the story.
My black answer is
the only problem I had with this movie we didn't talk about. It was the stormtrooper effect.
Oh yeah, the bad guys could not hit.
God, they were with a machine gun and within 20 yards couldn't hit a side of a barn.
No, they took out 5 SUVs.
So, with an RPG, but they couldn't hit.
Well, they were in a fixed position shooting down. I mean, they had the complete cover. And I do appreciate this, Sam, to your kind of point. When they were doing that scene with the trucks, right, in the alley, and the guys were shooting up, they were killing those guys.
Yeah.
They were shooting up, and I'm like, thank you for not making it too much like fish in a barrel, because that pisses me off in movies that they do that, because these guys are trained at their craft. And I got a feeling you're going to be successful until they get taken down.
Yeah.
That's one of the only things I don't like about the movie The Rock. Have you guys all seen the movie The Rock?
Yes.
Not with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but the movie with The Rock with Nicolas Cage. Okay. The scene when the soldiers come in through the bathhouse, right? And the bad guys know it, and they're kind of all completely surrounded, and they have, the bad guys have the high ground, right?
Yep.
None of the bad guys get killed. That seems so not how it would be. Those men on the ground are trained soldiers. They're going to take out a lot of the bad guys. Maybe not enough, but somebody's going to die. And that pissed me off that the bad guys went completely unscathed. Completely. So, anyway.
But then it wouldn't leave Nick Cage and
Sean,
our boy Sean to be the heroes.
But you can still be the heroes against a group of 30 instead of 40. You take out, you show one dead guy, and then have the bad guys use that as fuel for their insanity. Who knows? But anyway, I thought that kind of thing pisses me off. What was your number, Sam?
Did I say it yet?
No.
I'm going to give this an 8.
Okay.
I like it. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. I like how you use the word fun. I would never use the word fun with this movie, but I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
I'm going to say an 8.2.
Wow.
Because what happened? That was weird. Yeah, 8.2. I like this movie a lot. I think it's very well done. I think it's well written. I think it's well acted. It was nominated for 2 Oscars.
And 1 Grouch.
For best sound and best sound effects. So whatever. It won an ASCAP for television and music awards for top box office for James Horner.
Who wore an ASCAP?
ASCAP, the Association of Screenwriters, Composers, Authors, and Publishers. James Horner won an award for it, so good for him.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Well, that ASCAP.
You know what ASCAP is. Every time you buy a piece of music for your band, it says copyright ASCAP or BMI.
Yeah, first.
Which is not Body Mass Index. It's Broadcast Music Industries. So.
Bowel movement.
Indicator. Indigo? Ew.
Yeah.
That sounds painful. So next week, now I can do that part. Next week
on Cheapseat Reviews.
Assuming it's still streaming, we're making.
I will check as we are.
It is. I checked earlier.
All right. So the Eagle is.
Caw.
I don't think that's what the Eagles sound like.
This is what the Eagles sound like. Son of a bitch, thunderball.
Oh, right. Yeah. Thank you, Corey. More like, boo, you're our winning quarterback with lots of talent, and you've taken us to a Super Bowl. Get out of town, you loser. That's what Eagles sound like.
That's pretty much.
Or if you work at the university with one of my buddies, it's, You sound like, oh, we're 0-4? Go Cowboys! Yeah, so. He's a self-admitted fair weather fan. He knows it. So anyway,
that's fair.
This is a So the Eagle, 2011's The Eagle. Again, Channing Tatum is in this. Holy crap! I didn't know that. Channing Tatum.
Yeah, isn't he the main actor?
Yeah.
This is gonna be poo.
I think
I've seen this one. This one's
Really?
I've seen it.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
Well,
I've seen
Corny,
parts of it,
for what
yeah.
it's worth, it's got a 6.2 on the IMDb scale, so it might not be as garbage as we think. Who knows? I'm looking forward to that. We also have some other fun things coming up. Maybe tentatively, Black Death.
You rang.
Andrew, was that one you recommended?
No.
Oh, no, somebody did. Maybe that was another one that Chad snuck in the last minute.
Yeah.
Hearts War, Broken Arrow. Oh, Broken Arrow. Yeah. Unforgiven, Hurt Locker. So we've got some cool stuff.
Oh, Eddie Redmayne is in Black Death.
Oh, neat.
Redmayne, sorry.
Yeah. The Boiling Girl. The other Boiling Girl. Right? That's
No.
Eddie Redmayne. Eddie. Yeah. Yes. The guy that did Theory of Everything.
Yeah,
He was just the Danish girl. Sorry, not the
Danish girl. I was like, what the heck are you
not the
talking about?
Boiling Girl. That is a movie.
Danish.
Yeah, he's in the new Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them movie.
That looks fantastic.
Where the hell can I find a Danish this time of night?
I can't think of a clever joke.
This is not a joke. I want to
go watch Hamlet. Okay.
No. Okay.
Should we just go to the town, or
he's a Dane in that? So next week is the Eagle, assuming it's still through. Are you gonna do that every time?
The answer is yes.
I'm glad I didn't have anything in my mouth because I would have spit it all over.
Next week is that movie. So there you go. That's gonna do it for us. Again, if you can help us out, go to our GoFundMe page, GoFundMe.com/Cheapseat Reviews. We're up to, as of this episode, $105.
Dude, we got more. That's great.
Yeah, so we're almost there. We're actually, we're a fifth of the way there.
Hey, Sam, guess what?
What?
We're flying like eagles.
It's lame when you do it yourself. You gotta let me set it up for you. Anyway, Andrew. Andrew, who sung that song, Hotel California? Actually, that wasn't the Eagles. Shit. I forgot that.
I was going to say, where are you going with this?
Yeah, that was them. That was Hotel California. I was right. It? Yes.
The Eagles sang that?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
well, I don't know.
I took history of rock and roll. I know some things.
Oh, next week's going to be interesting. Oh, Lord.
I'm just never going to say the name of the movie.
You're going to slip up. I guarantee it.
This week we're watching...
in bird puns all next week. Don't worry.
This week we're watching The National Bird.
Caw?
Yeah. All right, real side note real quick, and then we got to wrap this puppy up because we're running late. Did you guys see that dumb movie Evolution with Sean William Scott and Orlando Jones? It's like the alien thing comes down to the planet, and then our atmosphere speeds up its evolution. And anyway, they're trying to find the thing, and Sean William Scott is in a mall on a microphone going, "Cacaw, cacaw, cacaw," and Orlando Jones has got a shotgun in his hand. He's like, "I think we've established that cacaw, cacaw, and tookie, tookie don't work."
I remember that line, so I guess I've seen this movie.
Yeah. It is pretty funny. Anyway, and then he starts singing like a love song, and then the alien thing comes back and tries to eat him. It's pretty great. Anyway, cool. It's not what we're watching next week, though, because next week we're watching that movie I mentioned earlier. So, like I said, go to our GoFundMe page if you can. Right now, Damon Wood and Alan Broadway have both qualified to come on the show and pick a movie. So we'll work the details out about that later. So thank you guys again so much for that. And my dad will also donated some money too. So thanks, Dad.
Who's the other guy?
Oh, what other guy?
Isn't there a fourth one?
Steve Everett actually donated some money too.
Nice.
Yeah. And in return, I bought his new CD. Steve Everett has a new CD, friend of the show.
Oh,
yeah. He used to be. He used to do our intro music, and so Steve's got a new.
That's a great single, by the way. That intro music.
Oh,
song.
West Coast Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this song. He's got a new CD out like last week or whatever, so I bought it, and it's actually pretty good. I like it. Go check it out on iTunes, and you can use our iTunes tag to give us money. You don't get a discount on it. Anyway, I promise we're not just
sure you do.
What? No. That's it. That's gonna be our show. I'm gonna hit the button now. And yeah. So thanks guys again for listening. As always, you guys are awesome. You may leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, and the Google Play. Finally, where the Google Play is up. Only took you 10 years. Good job, Google. Visit our website, cheapseatreviews.com, where you may find
Eagle.
Where you can find previous episodes and other funny little things that Sam hides in the episode in the page. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cheapseatreviews. You may, of course, follow us on Twitter @CheapSeatCast, like Alan did, and send us a request. We appreciate that. We of course, accept all of your requests via the Facebook, the email, or the Twitter. Or you may email us to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. We would appreciate that as well. If nothing else, just to hear me shut up about it. I am Sean J. Arrett on Twitter. Sam is @Soneji, SONEJI 16. Johnny Darko is corny. Johnny Darko 16 is corny. And @J Emerson. J Emerson? What is that? @A Jimison. I usually say AJ Emerson. Anyway, A Jimison, JIMES1, is Andrew. Calls, you may leave us a voicemail, 704-271-4290. Leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the air. I promise. So feel free to do that while you're driving right now. Do it right now. Call us now. That's going to do it for us. So on behalf of Corny, Andrew, Sam's goat, this is Sean saying goodnight, and thanks for listening.